Hello, I'm Colonel David Dees, Director of the Florida Department of Transportation's Office of Motor Carrier Compliance. As Florida's primary commercial vehicle law enforcement agency, we are dedicated to providing a safe transportation system and reducing the number of commercial vehicle-related crashes and fatalities. We are pleased to partner with the Florida Trucking Association and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration to bring you this very important safety message about the no zone. No zones are danger areas around trucks where crashes are more likely to occur. Some of the no zones are actual blind spots where your car completely disappears from the view of a truck driver. Because of their size, some weighing as much as 80,000 pounds, it can take a truck twice as long to stop as it does a car. Research reveals that passenger car drivers made mistakes in the vast majority of fatal crashes involving large trucks. While everyone is entitled to make a mistake, colliding with a big truck could be your last mistake. The information that follows in this video will help you to anticipate the actions of big trucks and hopefully to avoid a collision. You are the best protection on the highway. So please, for your own safety, give those big rigs lots of room and don't hang out in the no zone.
With today's highways becoming more congested every year, it's imperative that we all learn to share the road. That means learning how to drive around cars, pickup trucks, SUVs, motorcycles, and of course, big trucks. First, when you see a truck driving down the highway, remember that it's driven by a professional.
Professional drivers take their job seriously and work hard to deliver our country's goods in a safe and reliable manner. It takes time and training to become a professional driver.
Before a driver can get behind the wheel, he or she must go through weeks of specialized screening, testing, and training. And also, being a professional driver, you are subject to periodic and random drug testing.
Florida laws and federal regulations governing the trucking industry are rigid and strict, but everyone knows it's imperative to keep unqualified drivers and unsafe equipment off the highways. Drivers of large commercial vehicles are required to obtain a commercial driver's license, or CDL. This is one of several steps to make sure that only qualified drivers are on the highway.
In recent years, increased safety awareness has helped lower the number of fatal crashes involving trucks. This is a very positive step since the number of miles driven has increased.
It is a goal of the Florida Trucking Association and the Florida DOT to continue to look at ways to make our highways safer. This includes minimizing the frequency and severity of accidents.
It is very important that we all understand the limitations of big trucks and sharing the road with them. When an accident occurs involving a big truck and a passenger vehicle, 32 times to 1, the fatality will occur in the passenger vehicle.
Limited visibility is the most common safety problem for a truck. Passenger vehicles typically have a 360-degree viewing angle. Trucks have just a fraction of that. Due to their size and shape, there are 4 areas around a truck where the driver has limited visibility: the back of the truck, the left side just behind the cab, the most dangerous area, the right side, and the front, which we will discuss later in our program. These areas are called the no zone because no one should stay in these areas around a truck. Quite often, a truck driver, even with use of mirrors, cannot see vehicles in the no zone areas. Remember, if you can't see the driver's face in his mirror, he can't see you. He may not know you are there. Traveling in these blind spots is especially dangerous for motorcycles and other small vehicles. The driver may see you in his mirror, then lose you when you move into the blind spot, and see you again as you move past the front of the truck. The most dangerous situation occurs when a vehicle stays in the blind spot for a minute or longer. The driver may lose track of the vehicle and forget that it's there, since he can't see it. If something happens that forces the truck to change lanes, like an obstacle in the road, your vehicle may be hit simply because the driver did not see you. There are a number of reasons not to follow closely behind a truck, in addition to the fact that it is a no zone and the driver cannot see you. You need more following distance than you would if you're behind a car, because your view of what is ahead is limited. It may be difficult to see road signs, changing road conditions, or hazards on the roadbed. Also, when following too close to a truck, your chances of getting hit by road debris flying up from the highway are increased. Large trucks often drive at a slower speed for safety reasons or lower speed limits. When passing a truck, it's important to follow these safety guidelines. Signal your intent to pass well in advance of moving alongside a truck. Move to the left lane as soon as you can safely do so. Avoid passing on the right as it is more difficult to be seen. Don't wait till you get right behind the truck before you pass. You will be passing from one blind spot to another quickly, and there's a chance the driver will not see you. Driving too close to the rear of a truck can present another problem: air turbulence. When you pull from behind a truck, you may be hit with wind currents that make it difficult to control your car. A similar situation occurs when you pass a truck. If crosswinds are present, the truck can block those winds while you are passing. Once you clear the truck, which can act as a windbreak, you are hit with a strong crosswind. This is especially dangerous on slippery roads or when pulling a trailer. After passing a truck, make sure you see both of the headlights before signaling and moving back into the truck's lane. Also, once you pass a truck, maintain your speed. Do not slow down, and remember, never cut in front of a truck.
A truck needs a safe distance in front, as it takes longer for a truck to stop. We talked earlier about the 6-second rule. A truck needs at least 6 seconds to safely slow down.
At 60 miles per hour, a fully loaded truck under good road conditions takes about 340 feet to stop. That's longer than a football field.
We've talked about the importance of road conditions. When passing a truck on a 2-lane road, start further back so you can get a better view of what's ahead.
And because trucks are long, you will need a longer time to pass. There may be times when a truck needs to pass you. Simply maintain your speed and stay to the right in your lane. Sometimes it's helpful to slow down just a little to help the truck get by safely.
If all drivers would maintain a safe speed, always signal their intentions, and keep an adequate safety cushion in front of their vehicles, almost all accidents could be eliminated.
Proper use of headlights, another important safety practice. Lights are designed not only to illuminate the roadway, but to make you more visible to other motorists. Even in daylight, a vehicle with its lights on can be seen from a greater distance than one without its lights on.
Bright lights can help visibility when no other vehicles are around. They should not be used when you are behind another vehicle or approaching oncoming traffic. In fact, it is illegal. Bright lights can blind drivers in approaching vehicles. The same can happen when you are following other motorists. Your lights shining in the rear view mirrors create a glare that makes it difficult to see. It can also be extremely annoying and distracting. For the safety of yourself and other drivers, keep the bright lights off when you are close to other motorists.
Turning your lights on when visibility is poor and your bright lights off when around other vehicles is not only legal, it is the safe and courteous thing to do. We have concentrated on driving safely around trucks, on the interstate and other highways. Sharing the streets safely with trucks in the city is equally important.
We all know how difficult and stressful city driving can be. Think of a truck driver, having to turn down unfamiliar streets, driving congested traffic, and negotiate sharp turns and narrow streets every day. Understanding a truck's limitations might help us all be more patient when traveling behind or beside a truck. There's an additional blind spot that is very dangerous, especially in urban areas. This is right in front of the cab. Pedestrians, bicycles, and other small objects can't be seen if they are directly in front of the hood. As we have talked about earlier, trucks take longer to stop, so never step into the street unless you are sure you have plenty of time to cross safely. Trucks also take longer and need more room to make turns. When making right turns, a truck usually has to move to the left to properly make a right turn. When a truck moves to the left to make a right turn, do not try to pass the truck on the right. Once the truck starts the right turn, you will be in the most dangerous blind spot. Remember, When a truck has the right turn signal on, he may move to the left slightly before making the right turn. Do not attempt to pass on the right. Left turn accidents are not as common. However, a truck must be positioned to make these turns safely as well. Most intersections have a white line that is a visual marker telling a motorist where to stop. Always stop behind the white line, not on it or in front of it. These lines have been placed so vehicles can make turns safely. Stopping too far out into the intersection can result in your vehicle being hit by a truck with a long trailer.
Driving a truck on today's congested roadways is not easy. You can help the professional truck driver by observing the guidelines covered in today's program. Remember to be courteous to all drivers, stay alert on the highway, and always observe the no zone. Stay safe and drive responsibly.
The Florida Trucking Association is pleased to partner with the Florida Department of Transportation's Office of Motor Carrier Compliance in our Share the Road No Zone Safety Program. This program strives to improve the knowledge of all highway users, to minimize the likelihood of a crash with a large truck, and to reduce the consequences of those that may occur. Since it began in the mid-90s, our program has been delivered to school driver education programs and community organizations throughout Florida by our Florida Road Team, a group of professional truck drivers of member companies, and our Safety Management Council, composed of safety professionals of member companies.
As a family, we realize the importance of driving safely around big trucks. My brother, Jimmy Davis, owns a major trucking company, and my son, Casey Moore, works with the DOT. As superintendent of Bradford County Schools, I recommend that you get involved with the No Zone programs at your local schools.
Together with Motor Carrier Compliance, we endeavor to make Florida's roadways safer. We believe the information contained in this video will save lives. And we thank Colonel David Deese and his team for asking us to help in this outreach effort of educating motor vehicle operators on how to be safe around large trucks.
Not only do we have a legal obligation, we have a moral obligation to provide safe vehicles, safe drivers, and help the motoring public operate safely around our vehicles.